An e-cigarette is almost a pure nicotine delivery device. It's a little bit of an exaggeration because it also has other compounds to enable it to vaporize the nicotine. So it's going to have the same effect on the brain as what we found when we give nicotine to mice. It's going to change your brain in such a way that it's going to make it much more receptive to the rewarding effect of other drugs, and not only become more addictive to tobacco, to nicotine, but more addicted to other drugs.
What is interesting about this study is that it began a long time ago. It began in 1975 when Denise published a very important paper in Science pointing out that there are stages in how kids get involved with drugs. And kids don't begin with cocaine and heroin, they begin with drinking or smoking. She continued to study this in different populations and then became interested in understanding, is this a correlation or is this a causation? She began to realize, and she wrote an important editorial on this in JAMA in the 2005 thereabouts, in which she said, you know, we need to explore this in animal models in order to get at this. And she began to look around for a collaborator, and she found one at home. And we began to collaborate together. I'm fortunate to have several colleagues, including Amir Levine, who was very much interested in this problem, and we began to develop animal models of what Denise had studied in human populations. So we developed a molecular approach to human epidemiology.
Well, any cigarettes try to mimic a combustible cigarette without any of the negative effects that are associated with combustion. A regular combustible cigarette includes a lot of other compounds, thousands of compounds. An e-cigarette is much simpler. So from that point of view, I think it's a much healthier type of device than a combustible cigarette. But because it consists of nicotine, it has the effects on the brain, in addition to the effects on the cardiovascular system, that a regular cigarette has.
We see so clearly in mice, if you give nicotine before cocaine, it dramatically enhances the effects of cocaine. If you give cocaine before nicotine, it doesn't have this effect. There's no reason to believe that e-cigarettes would not increase the likelihood of adolescents getting involved with even more dangerous drugs.
I think the main message is that nicotine not only affects the lungs, the heart, but it also has very strong effects on the brain. And based on the studies that we've done, it releases some constraints on genes related to addiction and makes the individual much more susceptible to become addicted to other substances.